What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive and faster than a speeding bolt, SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are starting things up with a brand new spanking miniseries. That's right, folks. We are starting things up with Blue Beetle Graduation Day, issue number 1. But before we jump into everything as DC, Blue, and Beetle-esque, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. And because we managed to cross over 1,000 subs, let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan as we try to get 60 more subs before the end of 2022. So yeah, don't be rude. It's free, folks. It's the price of admission. Don't be a nerd. Show some class. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get pumped up for Blue Beetle Graduation Day, issue number 1. Our story begins with Blue freaking Beetle, aka Jaime Reyes. And what's happening here, folks, is that Blue Beetle is facing off against the villainous Fadeaway. Now, while this fight scene is going down, through some fun and comical narration, we get some backstory regarding the character of Blue Beetle. Because in case you guys didn't know, we have a Blue Beetle movie that's coming down the pipeline. And because synergy is the key to success and DC wants people to know more, or at the very least get refreshed on who this character is, well, that's why everything is happening the way that it is. Basically, we are told that our hero's name is Jaime Reyes, a young Latino high school student who lives in El Paso, Texas. And of course, like every teenager origin story there is, there came a day that changed Jaime's life forever. For you see, many years back, a mystical sci-fi looking scarab named Khaji was created by a group of alien conquerors known as the Reach, who sent the scarab over to Earth in hopes of conquering the planet. However, upon falling out of the sky and landing right next to Jaime, the scarab fused itself, becoming permanently bonded, and ever since that fateful day, Jaime Reyes became the superhero known as the Blue Beetle. And as a result of this, Jaime, in an Iron Man nanotech way, was given a blue armored suit, one which gave him various abilities such as enhanced strength, wings, energy shielding, plasma cannons. Basically, the dude's got some moves. And so yeah, once everything is said and done with a backstory, it's here where Fadeaway manages to disappear. And yeah, hence as to why her name is Fadeaway. It's quite fitting, as you can see. And so once the villain is able to make her escape, that's when Jaime checks his phone, only to see that he has 33 missed calls. And considering what day it is for him, it makes sense as to why he starts to freak out. And the reason for this is simple. For Jaime Reyes, today is his graduation day. Jaime's senior year is about to come to a close. And because he's a superhero and is somewhat of a teenager / young adult, sometimes being late to your graduation ceremony is just something that's, par for the course. However, because the Blue Beetle suit is a part of him, it's here where we get some interference, a vision of sorts, showcasing a member of the Reach who, in a sinister way, is mocking our hero, saying like, you really thought you were free of us? Well, guess again, bitch. But just when Jaime is about to snap out of what's happening, another transmission begins to go off. And so from there, he runs away. And once he turns the corner, the Blue Beetle suit engages, and it blasts off towards the Earth's atmosphere, where it picks up a signal belonging to the Reach, to which we find out that the arrival protocols have been engaged, meaning that the Reach are maybe coming back. Afterwards, Jaime heads back home, and while he's hoping that whatever happened is, maybe that of an error, sort of like, how like an iPhone can just, have its tweak here and there, that's when Jaime is immediately confronted by his family and friends. Now for Jaime, his close friends and family, they know he's the Blue Beetle, and they know that sometimes he needs to dip out at certain points in order to save the world. But considering that it was his high school graduation and, he was just sort of all over the place, they're definitely worried, more so than usual. But it's not just Jaime's friends and family who are wanting to make sure that, that he's okay. For we also have the Man of Steel himself. And from there, that's when the two heroes step outside to discuss the facts of life. And after talking about why the sky is blue and why birds chirp, Superman tells Jaime as to why he's really here. Like, dude, I know you're going through a rough time right now. I know right now you feel lost and confused, but I also got to let you know that, you're being grounded for being the Blue Beetle. And the reason for this is because the heroes think that it would be best for Jaime to take some time off, considering the fact that the Reach are making a comeback. And that's when Superman tells Jaime that the Justice League were able to catch a whiff of the Reach's broadcast from earlier. And similar to Jaime, they're also trying to make sense of it. So basically, Jaime, since you just graduated from high school and have taken a new step forward in life, take this time as a chance to focus and to prioritize your goals. And that's when Superman, the Man of Steel, takes off into the sky like a badass mofo. However, once Superman takes off into the sky, he immediately gets into contact with Batman, confirming that Jaime seems to be in the dark as to what's happening with the Reach. Because according to Batman, the Reach are clearly preparing for invasion, and at the moment, the balance of power is in their favor. So basically, we need to prepare. And that means keeping Jaime off the board, whilst keeping a close eye on him. From there, we switch things back to Jaime, and while the young hero is arguing with his parents about having to work at his aunt's diner during the summer, that's when Paco gets a notification of a live stream that's happening over in El Salvador. And here we see some explosions that are happening in the streets. And it's here where Jaime gets a good look of who and what is causing this destruction. For someone is wearing a Scarab battlesuit. For we see a yellow beetle. And that, folks, was the end of Blue Beetle Graduation Day, issue number 1. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. So yeah, this issue was fantastic. There's a lot to love. It's obvious that the creators are passionate about this project, which is always something you want from any creator for anything. Sometimes when it comes to these series that are essentially made to help build synergy for an upcoming movie, TV show, or video game, sometimes you get a half-assed story. Granted, I'm not the biggest Marvel Magic fan, but in my opinion, the current Midnight Suns mini, sure, it's not terrible, but you can sort of tell that, there's really no passion or substantial amount of love that's going into that comic. Whereas for Gene Luen Yang's Shang-Chi series, there's an obvious amount of love being put into that story. And fortunately, the same is true for Blue Beetle. Writer Josh Trilio encompasses the character Jaime Reyes as this fun-loving kid who's literally about to graduate from high school. And you, the reader, you can just feel the youthfulness and that's fun and inviting. And because of it, you want more of it. Plus, the book does a great job in depicting who and what Blue Beetle is and what his superhero life is all about. For Josh does it in a way that wasn't dense, nor was it difficult to get into. Starting from page 1, you're immediately on board for the adventure. And hot damn on a stick, folks. Let's talk about the art. Man, is this stuff sexy. Now, it's not sexy like, Alex Ross sexy. That's a whole different level of sexiness. But the art is fantastic nonetheless. It's fun looking and playful, and the colors are delightful. Chef's kiss times 3000. And much similar to the book's writing, it's also inviting. And that's just something I think shouldn't be overlooked. Overall, Blue Beetle Graduation Day serves as the perfect jumping on point for readers and fans to get a good sense of who Jaime Reyes is and what his version of Blue Beetle is all about, along with, getting hyped for the upcoming movie. But yeah, as always, I am Majestic Sayer of Words SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 2? And also, are you guys hyped for the upcoming Blue Beetle movie? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.